COVID-19 pandemic has dealt a heavy blow to economic activities globally. This has affected and still affects really the financial strength of many companies and businesses. To this end, it's no news that employers and companies are taking the initiative to spread the pain by shrinking employees' earnings, laying off staff, and some are even placed on compulsory or unpaid leave. Sadly, it doesn't end there. Some startups have also seen their own end as a result of this pandemic. Welcome to Pepper Clock. I am Perpetua Fasanmi-Peter. So glad to have you on board. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me today. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now. And don't forget to turn on the notifications button. That way, you'll be the first to know when I upload a new content. And so today, you already know what the focus is. And as the lockdown is being lifted in various sectors, we will focus on coping strategies for those whose earnings have been affected by the lockdown. And that's not all. For those who are on the verge of sinking into depression, don't worry. My guest, who happens to be a mental health expert, will be sharing his expert advice on how to deal with that. And so, welcome with me at this juncture. My guest, Lucia Francis. And so, you've been listening to the interview we had. It's an interesting one, and I promise you will learn a whole lot from that. Stick around, don't go nowhere.
And we know that some persons have been laid off, some people have pay cuts, some persons followed, and a whole lot of other things have happened in the course of 2 to 3 months. And some persons right now do not even know what to expect. Now, talking about losing a job or a source of income, this affects people in different ways. For some persons, they lose their professional identity, it affects them. For some other people, they lose their self esteem, self confidence, and some persons, it even gets to affect their sense of security. This is just three or four among many other things that could happen to anyone who loses a job. And so today we have a mental health expert with us. I mean, he is an expert, so he will be sharing with us how we can cope, the things we need to do really so that we can go through this phase of our lives and then come out strong. Hello, Tolu Francis. Good morning, Tolu Francis.
Hello, thanks for having me. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. All right, so we're looking at coping with these times, a time when some persons have lost their jobs, some people, they are uncertain, they don't even know what's happening right now. And some other people who are entrepreneurs or people who are self-employed and all of that, they don't even know what to do next. And they're just asking, when is it be over? We know that the state governments are reopening economies in their various states, but even at that, we still do not know when people will begin to come out in to buy things, to do things, and then we don't even know everything will return to normal. And so the question now is, how do we cope with these uncertainties? What are things you're supposed to do?
Well, I think when it comes to whether we want to cope or not, I think the call that I have been making to people, and whether you are a staff or you are an entrepreneur, is to see as much as possible that you are able to reinvent yourself. You are able to do things that organizations are struggling to pay salaries. Entrepreneurs are struggling to keep the markets going because of money and all. And so because this season has also affected the flow of money in circulation, right? Because there is money out of circulation because the person who is selling gets money and also still spends the money. So it's a flow, right, when it comes to money circulation. And so I think one of the things that people can do for themselves is, first of all, realize that this is a phase. It's not an eternal thing. It's not something that would exist forever. It's not something that's going to last for eternity, right? So they need to understand that this is a season, and then they should not go ahead and leave this phase as if their life has come to a total stop or a total halt. They should understand that this phase would end. So how would you how would you continue to exist when this phase has ended? For those who are running businesses and all that they've been doing before now is just running business that is very physical, it's a challenge right now for you to understand that it's time for you to migrate your business, all right, to the digital platform. See what you can do to move it to the digital platform. I give you an example. So I say to people that look, you've been working as an accountant for years in an organization, for example, you know things. What are those things that you know? Put them out there and teach people. It's not against your contract. You're not acting against your company. No, you're not. But there are things that you went to school, you spent 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, no matter your course, learning. Can you put these things together and teach people? There are people out there who would need this, and that way you can even monetize it, all right, and earn something for yourself. So it's that time that people begin to look beyond one stream of income, all right, and then see how they can monetize their knowledge. The third industry is an oil field. There are people who don't want to do things themselves. So that brings to the next one, rendering service. There are people who don't want to do things by themselves, all right, and so they are willing to pay money so that people can do these things for them. Do you have that skill? Put it out there. You don't need to remain because you're working as an accountant or an engineer somewhere, and that's the only thing that you're marketing. What is that skill that you have? Are you able to cook? Do you know how to cook? Come on, tell people you can cook and deliver to their homes. There are bachelors, there are people who don't even want to cook at all, but they want to eat good food. They will patronize. So the whole essence, the whole game is look at what you have, all right, and make use of it. While organizations are struggling, while some people are struggling to get something going, you have something. Look at that thing that you have and make use of it. Don't stick to just your certificate. Don't stick to just that 9-to-5 job that you have. If you're an entrepreneur, look for how you can reinvent the things that you've been doing before and make good use of it. Otherwise, you'll realize that you remain stagnant. And I think one of the things that I've noticed this period is people have even come to discover the things that they never knew they could do themselves. Nobody really starts out figuring truly how to do things. A lot of times people just start out and then they see that it makes sense and then they continue to go. AY, the comedian, now does shows on YouTube and you still see thousands of people go to watch. Before now, people will talk about data. But hey, nobody is giving a damn about data this time because people still want to laugh. People still want some form of comedy whatsoever to keep them going. There is this guy on Instagram that I just realized, MC Larry J. I didn't know MC Larry J until this period. And the people still is increasing. Look, think beyond this lockdown, right? See this lockdown as an opportunity for you to build yourself, as an opportunity for you to become global. You don't have to travel to attend events anymore. You don't have to travel to be a speaker at an event. They may not even pay you, but you put yourself out there. Look, you are a TV presenter. Right now you're doing this. You didn't need to move to a TV station to do this. If you start a YouTube channel and people know that consistently every day of the week, all right, or some day of the week, they are going to get content from you going to your channel. How do people start TV stations? Before you move to being watched on TV, I mean, you're there. There is someone on Instagram who every day is showcasing people, and now he's doing Expose My Business, to be frankly, to be precise. It started gradually, with today, he's exposing people's business, signing contract and all. So my point basically is if you wait until you know so much about that thing, you will never start because you will never know enough. The truth is, you will never get to that point where you beat your chest to say, I know enough. Why do people run to the point that they still want to become professors? And even after becoming professors, they want to become professor emeritus. Because the human nature is looking for more. The human nature always wants more. The human nature is never satisfied that he or she has enough. So whatever it is that you have, start from your little corner, start with your social media handles and keep at it. Keep going. You think people are not noticing? People are seeing you. People are noticing you. One day, you just realize that what you started as a joke has become a serious business for you. Most of the good businesses that you see today, especially in knowledge base, they didn't have it off, but do see feedback, correct tomorrow, do another one. If you don't start, you won't even know if you know or you don't know, which is why failure doesn't that you mean a failure. It means that there are certain things that you don't know very well, and then you have the opportunity to go learn them again. And why do we repeat classes when we're in secondary school? You repeat classes because you don't know that thing yet for the next level in your academic career. And so you go back to that same class, learn it, and then you move to the next class. In the tertiary institution, you have what they call carryover. But they don't stop you from moving to the next level, except the prerequisites for another course. But what that means is that you have the opportunity to learn this thing again and be better at it, so I can go out there and know how to do it. So if you fail, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that there is still much more for you to learn about that thing, and then you keep learning as you're doing.
Some people are just don't know what to do. Someone who had plans for the year and everything just comes crumbling as a result of coronavirus. I mean, you would expect that some persons would get depressed as a result of this. Some people, some persons may even want to take some drastic steps and all of that. What would you say to people like this?
Okay, well, let me just address the question. So you talked about depression. Depression is real, and I understand. A friend of mine told me a story of a friend of his who he got to the office and he got a sack letter, and at the end of the day, the guy was like, "How far? I'm gonna go drink beer." And I was like, "Who does that? Like, just got a letter. Who does that?" But you see, there's something I often talk about, that's resilience. We all need to build a level of resilience. We all need to. So resilience, if I want to use a layman language, I'll say thick skin, right? We all need to build a level of resilience where things happen to us, okay, but we don't live in the moment of the things that have happened to us. How difficult is it? Difficult. How easy it is? Not easy. But how possible it is? Possible, right? And what that simply means is those experiences, the pay cut, the loss of job and all, that you understand that this has happened, right? But it's not the end. That you understand that this has happened, but not the waste. It doesn't mean that you're not valuable. If an organization feels that they don't need your service anymore, two things would happen. One, it's either is a call for you to start your own, or two, a call to let you know that you go searching, another organization will need you. The other people keep saying that they are not getting pay rise, they're not getting pay. I tell them that, look, it's very tough in some organizations to get pay rise. But if you take the knowledge that you have, having worked in certain places, and apply elsewhere, then you can justify that you need a pay rise. There was something that Jesus said in the Bible: "Prophet is without honor except in his own city." The truth of the matter is, the organization may not value you, right? But there will be another organization out there who might be ready to lick your shoes, right? Because of the experience that you have. So don't mourn, don't cry because there's a pay cut, because they have asked you to go. Come on, dust your certificate and get back up. I mean, you searched for this job as well, and it came. So it's not the end of the world. It's tough. I mean, I don't get it twisted. I understand how painful it can be when you lose a job, so I understand perfectly. But my point is, don't dwell in that moment, right? Leave it behind, all right, and think ahead and move forward.
Thank you so much, Toluche Francis. You just make this an amazing time, really. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for all that you have shared today. And I believe that the people who are going to listen to this are really going to be happy and they are going to be blessed by it. I chose that word carefully. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have anything you want to say, or we'll just end it here?
Well, people can get my resources. I have a YouTube channel. I have a number of videos there that are helpful. It's youtube.com/Toluche Francis. I also have courses, right, that can help people pull through. I'm putting out a course very soon, a 5-day course that will help you heal personally. You're going to be your own healer. You're going to be your own personal healer. It's a 5-day course to be together, right, in a group. You're going to have resources, and they will go through each day for 5 days, and then you come out being able to handle some of these situations yourself. So you can look out for the post on my Instagram page, Toluche Francis, on Twitter, Toluche Francis, on YouTube, Toluche Francis, Facebook, Toluche de Francis. But I'm going to put that out very soon. It's going to be for a token. But at the end of the 5-day class, you would come out and be able to be your own healer. That when things happen to you, be able to absorb them, all right, and then put these things into practice and be a better person for it.
All right, thank you so much. Do have a wonderful time with family, friends, and loved ones.
Thank you. You too.